No, you, bro. Noah, God, that's Berkeley High's coach, I think, and you're... He's amazing. He's just amazing.
I love you, George Watsky.
This is a new piece. I must confess, the other week, I sat down at my desk to watch a 30-minute video that every person on the planet seemed to be sharing. I figured it must be something. So I watched 3 minutes of it, and then got distracted by some dumb thing. And then I received a wave of tweets pleading if I was indeed a decent human being, I would harness my social media power and help the needy. And I didn't want to look like the only dude in the world who didn't care. And so I shared it, without even watching it, because it was the easy thing to do. This was either A, lazy, B, douchey, C, the fault of the Matrix, or D, a combination of the previous three. And I'm gonna go with mostly douchey. But allow me to forgive my personal failings as part of a larger social movement. I mean, after all, I'm fluent in excuses as a member of the generation that reduced the peace sign to deuces. You know, our newsfeed moves at warp speed. Tsunami, Sandusky, Kony, Katrina, BP, Trayvon, Brangelina, Bieber, Krayshawn. International tragedies compete for clicks with marginal celebrities. It's infernal. We watch pop porn stories bursting and burning like hot popcorn, and I can't discern the burnt body of journalism's singed kernel. Our attention span has been lopped off like mom and pop's pension plan. It's shorter than the legs on Lieutenant Dan. You can hear it ticking quickly on a clock's second hand. Damn, people used to play chess by mail, y'all. If you don't think we've changed, geez, you're tripping. I mean, look, you don't know how much patience it takes to send an entire chessboard back and forth across the country without the pieces tipping. I haven't read a novel for pleasure in 5 years. I can't claim to be dope with a pen when the world, even my own room, is filled with beautiful books that no one for the rest of time will ever crack open again. My first instinct was that it sickened me when I heard the Encyclopedia Britannica, the world's foremost source for printed history, was history. But think of how terrific that Wikipedia freely gives us 50 times the content without chopping down a single tree. We mourn the dwindling of the word, but simpletons used to use banned books for kindling, and now kindling is a verb. Change is good. You know, progress is the main sponsor of our increasing freedom. Yes, I'll be nostalgic for books, but I will truly miss the people who taught me how to read them. Because we will never be able to translate the tingle of a first kiss or a parent's pride into ones and zeros. When you boil it down, the internet is just a bunch of humans trying to let each other know we exist. I have some work to do to remember that everyone else is trying to do the same thing at the same time, and you press your ear to the screen and you can hear the screaming. I'm here, I'm alive, there are 8 billion people on the planet, and more of us than ever before have a platform to speak. How beautifully ear-splitting. This new platform has made my life infinitely easier and also done strange things to the way that I behave. Is it a key or a padlock? A tool or a drug? You know, I think it's both. It's like a hammer made out of crack rock. What a mad box. You can crack rocks with crack rocks. But 100 million hits disappear as quick as the wind blows in this avalanche of info, this cavalcade of windows. You run into someone you know and you say, what a small world. Yeah, the world is tiny. And it's also enormous. It's horrible, and it's awe-inspiring, and the internet is the best and worst place on the planet. Like an amusement park porta potty after 2 big gulps. Every single second, there are babies being born, and people being killed, and weird fluorescent fish with big-ass underbites wiggling around at the bottom of the ocean. And we see something shiny out of the corner of our eye, and suddenly a story about children being enslaved into armed combat becomes a story about a guy who made a video about children being enslaved into armed combat, who took his penis out in public. There's this game I played in elementary school when I had no attention span. I'd say, look at me, look at me, look at me. We're always trying to think of something to unveil. It's always a dumb fail. There are humans trying to communicate here. And I clicked for what? A thumbnail.